In the classic model of flipped classroom, we remove teacher lecture from the classroom time. What that allows us to do is to provide more of an emphasis on in-class application. So students can work independently or in groups, applying and problem solving from information that they learned in teacher lecture, but that teacher lecture or that input does not occur in class. This tends to assume that homework is given. It assumes that the student is accessing lecture videos or reading new information before class starts. At TCS, not all subject areas can give homework, so that could be a problematic assumption. Flipped classroom might not be the best option, however, an in-class flip might be possible. An in-class flip means that you use stations or procedures in your classroom that provides the new information, the lecture, the explanation in class, and that's happening simultaneously while other stations are helping students to practice and get feedback. This helps us to avoid homework. It can allow for more personalization through different stations and different types of differentiation that I'll talk about in another video. But it does require that teachers have their logistics for the class prepared in advance. So they may need to prepare multiple videos, multiple articles. It may mean if they're using EdPuzzle that they have all of their EdPuzzles ready to go. So what does that preparation look like? There are plenty of resources about how you can do in-class flips, but basically you'll have three main types of stations. You'll have your station that replaces the teacher lecture, and that'll be a station where the students tend to watch videos or read articles or take in new information. You'll have a practice station, and that station can be independent, group, or have a teacher there, and students are going to apply what they've learned through different activities. And then you'll have another station, which is a standalone station. That one can be a holding tank or a parking lot for students, or it can have different types of extensions or games, things that are tied to what they're learning. Here's another possible look at what those stations could include if you're doing an in-class flip. So your flip station is where you're getting your new information in. Your practice station is application. An independent station could include games, podcasts, or other things that you're doing with that information. The feedback station is where you might be using a game or a simulation that provides you information about how you're doing. Think Khan Academy, IXL, anything that tells you, yes, you've got it, no, you haven't gotten it yet. That could also be a great spot to put your EdPuzzle, as long as you're not using the open-ended questions, which do take time for teacher grading. You've got your teacher support station, and you've got your peer instruction station. So something particularly useful about EdPuzzles is that they help us to combine flip station, practice station, and independent station all into one, and that can make the process of moving through those procedures or stations a little bit easier. Finally, blended learning is a big word right now, and EdPuzzle is completely supportive of blended learning in your classroom. You can use stations to manage online collaborative learning or do different types of groupings. You can use self-paced e-learning with the EdPuzzles. You can couple them with additional games and other types of activities in different stations, and you still have peer stations and teacher stations. So this is completely supportive of rolling out blended learning if that's something that you're interested in doing.